Okay, good morning in Sierra Leone and good evening in Australia, and welcome to yet another edition of the Checkpoint, the Salone, the Backstabby Salone Sports Show. And today I get lovely guests them where we discuss issues we surround female football, how the league done the go. We get two players now. We get for talk about that. We get Sarah from Fc Kallon, the vice captain, and Sarah and a person who don't play international football. They do very well in the career, and we also get Kadiatu Musa Kamara. SFD with me at the studio, and of course, I do with me co-host winner Emmanuel. And today we're going to talk about the New Southwest African Cup, the under 23 match where Sierra Leone played Zambia yesterday. Zambia beat Salone 1-0 and then knocked Salone out. And because of that, Salone don't go out of that particular qualifiers. That's not the qualifiers for the under 23 African Cup of Nations for 2023, and also the road to the Olympics. But that will miss out again in another qualifiers. We also go look at the other issues. Liverpool don't lost 2 games consecutively to bottom sides, Leeds and Nottingham Forest. Wow, what's going on with Liverpool? It's Alex say now that they work out alone. Now that they work out alone. And we see Manchester United they building confidence. Arsenal still they fight hard for maintaining top spot, although City don't shield them a bit yesterday, but Arsenal will play then game this week. And then we'll see if Arsenal will go back or they go still the second place. But share the live view, let we get interactive, look at an interactive show, and let we enjoy the show together. Welcome to the show, Emmanuel.
Magdalene, thank you, and to the viewers out there, unakusha unakaba unadu.
Good morning, Sarah Bangura.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, viewers, and good morning, panel.
And Kadiatu, good morning. I don't see Kadiatu, you there? Is it mile 91?
Good morning.
Yeah, you go. Una they play upline. Una all two the team that they play upline this week, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Quick one. I will come. Let's start with you, Cape. Cape, una first game we see una start with fire. First of all, as a player, tell me how we feel like for get a return to the Sierra Leone Premier League after a very long break for the Sierra Leone players. Them.
Well, football and is very long for people and everybody else. So for me, then take them as a point of duty for me to start a league like this for Sierra Leone is like one for the part of this history. And God so good, and for make it possible. And just, fly the type of fly high with the right to be flag. So even people them out there, people that want to know Salone that much because a lot of places who don't travel, if you tell them that Salone come out, and they ask you now which city now any country, which was very embarrassing. But now we want to make like then know we don't need to introduce yourself to people out there. We want to make them able for know and try for invite a lot of other players. Just make me set the catch for go there. When they say check for camp, they can play something.
All right. So for you now a very new thing and also a return. You last play a female league under Mahmoud FC, and then I think you go Liberia also and travel to China. Is that not so?
Well, I didn't go to Liberia. I go straight to America on
Okay.
a
Yeah.
scholarship. So I play a little bit.
Okay.
I play a while in America, and I will get another professional contract in Taiwan. It's like a border to China technically, but that's where I was back in Canada.
Okay. So looking at the quality of the league now and the one una be dey play before una get the long break, how you go assess the two?
Well, first of all, I can always say kudos to the woman I really before for maybe still to play. But it's very, 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 very different. I remember 12 years ago back when it's time for organized one, but not Premier League. It was like not as organized. But this one is like everybody know what they do, everything they in place for every teams and every, you know, personality, every administrative get what in the do. And it's super, super, super different. And I'm happy that we get this experience. And a lot of players will get this experience. We don't ever get to just start up ball.
So you team don't play two games and una go play on a third match this week. First game una win, una get a favorable results against them, and the second match una get was it a draw or so, and una
It
dey
was a
prepare
draw.
for play today as well. So tell me how the camp look like, how the spirit around the players them in terms of playing the league.
Well, in terms of the first and second game, we got a lot of new players that we came into the game, and a lot of them was kind of skeptical about what's going on. They don't know what's going on and stuff like that. So everything was so new to them. But I believe, say, with, things put in place by the management, I believe, say, we're ready mentally, physically, for able for a goal and attack the 3 points today.
All right. Now come to you, Kadiatu. Tell me more about Kadiatu. Who that Kadiatu and people don't want to know. I see you wearing the big number 13.
Yeah. Mina kadia to Musa kama playoff Mobile Queen.
Okay. Musa Kamara, as you call Musa Kamara, so they look for the tumbo. What the tumbo? You get the popular name, but for that Kadiatu that you put middle. All right. Mentioning the name of Gbonya Queen, a lot of people go take and say these are new teams in the Sierra Leone female system because years back you go talk about Soccer Angels, Easter Lioness, Amazon. But now we see teams then from the provinces don't they rise up to the rank. So tell we how una team prepare for compete for this trophy.
Um, when it comes to Mogwemo Queens, they well prepared. We well prepared for this tournament. Being the fact that the first 10 days for organize a league, and besides, I'm a first 10 days for play with them as well. So we prepare as a team.
So Kadiatu, like you mentioned, saying that you first time this for play league. You ever play for any club na Freetown or you just rise from the province?
No, I don't play for FC Mahmoud, Natong, and the guys in Queens are McKinney.
Okay.
So this is my
So
first time.
so meaning the generation of FC Mahmoud they expand now all the team there. That's fantastic. All right. So what are your experience playing for the first time in a competitive top flight female league?
For Salone level, I see, like a great team though, because I don't play Premier League as well now, Liberia last year. We are going to win, get a trophy and that. For Salone, like a big opportunity for we, and it's a great thing for be part of her. And nice.
Okay. So as una team they compete and una want for be title contenders. You think so una get the materials, una get the resources for challenge the likes of FC Kallon and the other team there within a Freetown?
Sure, the material day. We get everything it takes for the will be a title owner.
All right, like come to you, Emmanuel. Emmanuel, you don't listen from the two beautiful ladies. These are top flight female players. Sarah gets a lot of experience in the game. It sent me a highlight, but unfortunately, they're direct from YouTube. And if I play it now, YouTube go hold me for.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm not able to download. I try for download. I'm not able to download them. But in some other program, we'll try for see how we'll show highlight. But listening from the two ladies, you see that they're excited for the female league for return back. As somebody whether they follow sport, what do you mean say this mean for the woman game?
And Magdalene once more. I want for say Kushe Kabo to me sisters them on the show. And it's a joy for see we sisters them back coming and play this beautiful game we call soccer. Years by as I be earlier on they tell you Magdalene, we don't do use we sisters as housewives. But this time around we dey follow the world trend where we talk about inclusion. And we see that we sisters them also don't be included in the soccer arena. Years by they don't long for play this game where they call soccer. And this is their career. They were deprived and they were unfairly treated. But thank God at least we get a hard-working chairperson by the name of Lady Asma, where they try for push and make sure say this league here become outstanding and enough for only play halfway but play till the end. I listen to the two panelists and I'm like, the excitement is there, the motivation is there, but from a psychological sporting view, you know that they have challenges. They have challenges, but that is what sport is surrounded around. For make you be a champion in whatever sector, you get to be able to overcome the challenges that your team is being surrounded around. Because I mean, they go through the IMF report and we realize that one of the key challenges that the league is surrounded around is that Sierra Leone only gets 10% of a road network that is being quota. So the rest of the road network in Sierra Leone all damaged. So it's very challenging for we sisters and for the travel within the provinces and play the games, taking into consideration that we national stadium they under renovation. So mobility is one of the key things we I think presently they affect the league structure. But we hope that they will adapt to that and able to put up outstanding performances. Then also the pitches, I know like most of the pitches within the play they are not of good grade, and most of them get for might. I no go say go suffer, but might suffer some minor or major injuries after each game wey dem don play. So I know that mobility and pitch standard na one of the key constraints wey dem dey face towards this league here. So, but we as Sierra Leoneans, we are capable of overcoming every storm, and it's a pride for me for see my sisters in one with the number 10 and one with the number 13. They proudly talk about soccer, the game wey dem love for play. Kudos to the
This program
organizers.
we dey change the style a bit. We decide for give women voice now. So every week we dey try for bring women, and we dey see if we get the upper hand for begin do like how we dey do for the man league give player, because this platform we dey give the man them player of the month. But seems like
Yeah.
as me where they oversee this, I not gonna sit on me. Beautiful ladies that they play, I don't do anything. So I dey work on something quietly. But Sarah, as you don't listen from Emmanuel, he mentioned challenges. It assumes say una dey face challenges, and he mentioned two. One, mobility, the go and come back, and another thing now the pitches they una dey play. I know say Konneh might get a beautiful pitch, Konneh get fine pitch. I don't know if una dey play games in a Konneh, and Magdalene get fine pitch, but I understand say games that they play in other parts of the country. So what are some of the challenges the way you think say una dey face and how una hope for overcome them?
Well, I mean, what you Emmanuel say is not is right. It's very correct. Because there are a lot of other things already super far from each other. And you don't use for like what they get in a flight, they take maybe you can flight, you don't use to that. But at the end of the day, you just there for able to adjust. We not studying anything. We adjust it for anything we
Yeah.
set into. So for this first phase, because everybody they start to learn right now, everybody they not learning, even the management they in that learning process. So we just get able for patience. Then the fact that they make the league is a small new thing. So we just get the patient there, therefore adjust it to whatever we from the top. And just we get with young boss, so we kind of like comfortable for the players with the inside, but the whole thing kind of bad, some whole thing bad, which we didn't expect last time. That is also like it's
We
therefore
don't.
adjusting to that too. And another thing is we get a lot of players the way it's not the first time this way they experience this. So might get that nervousness and everything. So I believe I say if the game don't play, the first phase don't play, every teams and every players are able to adjust into whatever situation, and get put into.
All right. So Kadia to in terms of young
But at the
club
end of the
because una
day,
base.
it's okay.
Oh,
But
okay.
right now they kept adjust whatever, meet the standard way with it at the moment.
Okay. So Kadiatula come to you. Una then at the province and una the hope for win the league. Una get any challenges una the face?
The only thing is that the distance. That's the only challenge of the face. But like just like within my seniors see, we adjust in whatever way. This is not the
Yeah,
first
because
experience that with the not the first experience, so we try for couple.
and important because however I be the league for play. So
So
that's better than the league not play. So Sarah, like you mentioned you stay in America, you say you don't use for take flights for go from one place to another. So how you they do for adapt to the system na Salone?
Well, I born a Salone, I'm in a Salone, so so like if you for leave a Salone in a situation like this, Oban I'll just go. That's what is benefit has for, but it to that too. But I'm there for adapt because at the end of the day, it's like ball in wood, team, team. It's kind of fun. Top places
Right. We they get issue with Sarah in internet. Will they get issue with Sarah internet? Um,
in the village.
yes, I know.
But
I
yeah,
know say
it's kind of like,
yeah.
yeah,
All
it's
right.
kind of like good.
So tell me more about your time in America. How your career be look like, which club you play for, and waiting be you career statistics.
Well, as everybody know, I'm the FC Kallon. And after Yate Rising Star, we like kind of fortunate for going to America on a scholarship through football. So I able for get my degree, and I get my degree. I still dey play, kind of like amateurly, not so like a big league, big they don't NWSL, but I be end up for commodity and get like a bigger opportunity at Taiwan. And I play in professional. Most of my professional, football at Taiwan as well. America was just, back and forth. Because if you're a student and student athlete in America, you're not allowed to be a professional at the end of the day. So after college, I'll be able for, get a team where I play for, which was very good because now they introduced me to everything, and I'll be end up for get professional contract at Taiwan where I'll be play.
All right, Sarah. So you fans then with the listeners, some people will just know you for the first time. Go and wait till you study and wait till you degree there about.
Well, my degree, I studied sport management because,
Wow.
it was like a lot of challenges from Salone and stuff like that. So I decided, say, if I'm able to go professionally, not for day within the range of football. Because I first of all, I got a law degree. You can do 1 year in Salone. I got a law degree in America. But I don't know, like, we got a lot of lawyers in Salone, but we not get somebody who actually study, sport. So I decided for switch my degree to a sport management degree, just so I get able for come back if I ever come back, and just can help and educate. We can get a lot of beautiful, fantastic players in a salon, but a lot of them don't get the idea of why they play the game. So might not get the goals of why they play the game. So just sort of fit say if me go able why they play and it will be a time to be a sport man.
That's congratulations, Sarah, and that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Like you say, we not get plenty people where they study sports management, and it's very much important if we want for change sport in a salon. And I wish you all the best in that. And also, don't get one um sport administrator in the future, probably the next minister of sports.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Or we go take it at the technical
Hopefully.
aspect, the next SLFA president
Yeah.
in 15 years' time.
Hey, that's the goal.
Um,
But you understand.
I will
That's the
campaign for
goal.
you. Yeah. So,
Uh,
Kadia
Thank
to
you. Thank you.
Yusuf Bidena Liberia, you start you. Yes, it's a semi-pro loner amateur, but playing away from Sierra Leone. What did that mean for you, and what do you achieve? As you mentioned earlier, you win trophy with the team, but what do you achieve?
Um, for playing in Liberia, a good opportunity for me last year where I get, and at least I make it to the mark. For be part of Liberian league, we are in. I win a league, win and maybe score the only goal at the whole final. For me,
Good.
it's a great experience, and I appreciate that a lot. So now I
That's
didn't
wonderful.
continue. Yeah,
Congratulations. And we
thank
go
you.
can't talk, but we go can't talk about una expectation and waiting on an opener for get a standard female national team, an inclusive female national, because me and Rashida don't they work on sorting out players where they play abroad, also in our female players, or they put the list together, because it's high time now we begin go out and win matches. But we can't talk on that. We can also, when the league don't start, the next expectation is how for set up a powerful national team.
national team.
Um, quick one. I will come to on a back, but Emmanuel, let's go quick one to we only Naya. Yesterday we see wonderful performance from the Sierra Leone girls. I will start with the Sierra Leone game where they win. And I know said these two player, then one of the player they play for Salone as Simisatu where they call Kaka. They must be even if they not play with them because he's senior for them. And there's Abi Simisatu Kaka. Now one of the players they play for Salone score goal. We beat 6-3. And let me just see some highlights how the match been go like and what in this mean for the community. Yeah, this now the New South Wales African Cup and we girls to be exceptional. They defend the title and they start in a very good footing. Emmanuel, what do you think about their performance yesterday?
And Magdalene, first and foremost, I want to say congratulations to the Sierra Queens, of Sydney or New South Wales. And we are normally proud for see we sisters and they perform extremely well when it comes towards putting on the green, white, and blue. And a big thanks again and congratulations to Coach Ibi. We tirelessly will put his girls in together for over 2 years now and keep them in good shape. And as a defending champion, the aspiration is high and the demand from the communities is top up there because we know say they're capable for maintaining the title, so more attention is on them. And everybody now where they compete at the female category, then targets are for beat the female team of Sierra Leone. So each game where then they go play, it get for be very, very intense because all man they go well prepared for play Sierra Leone because they know say Sierra Leone has a better and a good squad. So they therefore take each game serious and each game has its own technical approach and plan. So once more, congratulations to the girls, and I hope so they will continue for win the rest of the games there and make it to the quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals.
All right. Talking about the guys, you see South Sudan also put up an outstanding performance, even though they lost 6-3, but they're able to score 3 goals. And that happened after Coach Ibi makes some changes. So I think say Coach Ibi for settling technical approach in terms of replacing defenders and goalkeepers in the matches. Next matches there because he still gets Ghana for play. He gets Zimbabwe and even Congo. He might meet with Congo later in the tournament.
And I think one technical thing we people can get for notes in this tournament is that not to everybody get for be capable and fit for play for each games. There are some certain games in the you just get for weight. But once when they happen, Magdalene, there are a lot of pressure on the coaches and technical team or personnel from players because players in one play each and every single minute we surround this African tournament. So when they come then at the bench, there's so much of saying, so much of pressure on these coaches. Not that sometimes they don't know waiting in the do, but you get for try for keep your squad. So in the process of you trying to maintain or keep your squad, it make coaches and make some mistakes the way sometimes can be regrettable because of waiting then they get from the bench. And some of these players go tell you say if you not give me game time, you need to see me again. And there are times you get players that within some of these teams with some of them padded and then at the bench. You go tell you if you not play me paddy, we know they come again. And you need your squad. You see the pressure within the face. You need your squad. That I need these ladies in. So the only thing I get for do is that I get for compromise my formation. So these are some of the pressure with some of the coaches and the face Magdalene. And
All right.
Coach Ibi me go on for talk to that. Enough for able to succumb to every pressure because one way important is the 3 points. You can play from the bench. Supporting your colleagues in the pitch of play and getting the 3 points is very important. For me, it's important that in a bench and win a trophy than a play and not win a trophy. That's sportsmanship. So people get for accept that not to every game you get for be fit for play. So certain games and you need for the opener stand and cheer your colleagues them. And when they bring kind of 3 points, now we all don't play. I think that's what Ibi need for do for
All
make
right.
able withstand and also come to all some of the bench pressures.
Okay, let's listen to the two coaches them after the match. Waiting the get for say.
You know, it's like our next step now to improve on areas that we couldn't improve on today. And it's a good to have a challenging team that can give us that kind of challenge too. So we definitely see them in the final.
So during the match, your girls were dominated.
Yeah.
Like they conceded 6 goals.
Yeah.
How do you hope to correct that?
You know, obviously, like Sierra Leone, the team that played together for a few years, and our team is first year back in the comp. You know, so with us like getting that like seeing 6 goals, it also shows how they were dominating for the last few years in the tournament. So us scoring 3 goals against them is a big step for us. You know, it shows that we've got a chance, and then we've got like a high chance of beating them next game.
So what do you expect in the coming matches?
In the coming matches, we expect all wins from our team, and then we're looking forward to facing them again in the final.
Coach Ibi, you won your first match. Congratulations. How does that feel like?
It feels very good and relieving. First to get the 3 points, to do it in convincing fashion. Really good, and it's also good for the team because it builds confidence going into the next game. So I'm really happy with 3 points.
So as a coach, scoring 6 goals against your opponent, what's the magic?
The magic is to get the ball moving as quick as we can, to get the players in wide areas, to get the players in attacking positions, and then just to also give opportunity for the attackers to be in the right position to score. So that was the aim we tried to do today, and it worked well.
Scoring goals was good, but the girls also conceded 3 goals. What went wrong?
Could be a bit of complacency. When you're far ahead in front, what tends to happen is we lose a bit of the concentration at times. That happens, but definitely it's something we'll fix into the next game, just to be a bit more solid at the back in terms of conceding. But there were sort of late opportunities, but we'll definitely fix that going forward.
A little bit of questions about why you decided to substitute the goalkeeper earlier and bring in the second goalkeeper in midway in the second half.
Yeah, look, I believe yes, the goalkeeper did a really good job. It's obviously a tough decision as a coach to firstly have a balance of winning and also having a balance of keeping the team morale and all of the players happy. That's a tough thing about being a coach. I did make that change, just the fact that yes, I want to try and keep as much as the players are happy. It almost cost us, but it's something that I'll take in consideration for the next match.
So what are your expectations ahead of the next matches?
Most likely we're looking to build on our organisation, also keep that ball moving, but yes, looking to have an even better performance in the next session, score more goals and be better in conceding less.
Right, that was Coach Ibi Cisse, the coach for Sierra Leone, looking very much optimistic for defending title now the New South Wales African Cup Women's Division. Now we go now to the Cape Verde match. We're now the men's category. Now a few of the matches are covered, but a lot of matches played yesterday. 8 matches in the men's category and 3 in the female category. But Cape Verde been beat 10-2. That was a lot of goal against Botswana. But not inside normal. We don't say Botswana has not a good team when it comes to real football. Now cricket there's a big play. But anyways, now we look at the highlights. And Emmanuel, as we talk, you they represent Cape Verde in this tournament. Waiting this victory mean for una yesterday. Una win 10-2, lots of goals, and that's done. Give una a chance for move to the next stage as una don't get 6 points already. 6 points, 13 goals. What a great start.
First and foremost, Magdalene, we want to say plenty thank you to Max Tribune Sports. We'll be able to put up for with this game on the live stream, so we brothers and sisters the way they do overseas, we will save for watch this game. As I said, we still get players the way they internationally, we then get for camp. So then they may need for watch some of these games. And yesterday it was fortunate they able to see some of the matches there, which we are grateful for towards Max Tribune Sports. And towards the game, Botswana, Magdalene, now one of the team where people don't underestimate in that group stage, but I'll tell you one thing, I was impressed with their performance. Because this is a team where they keep a
After on a beat them 10,
consistency.
you
And
impressed?
no, there's one thing about football we made a look at. I look at how structured and disciplined they were. Even though they may concede goals, but they still keep on playing their football. They
It is
still,
what it is, Emmanuel. You
yeah, they
can't walk
still
out of
keep
the
up.
pitch.
That is it. And but they were well behaved and they put up a good resistance, Magdalene. They still played in style. They lost and lost. But what is important is about them being able to do what they have to do. So that was what I was impressed of about this team. And this same team, Magdalene, put up an outstanding fight, even when they play Nigeria and even Togo. The key thing about them that these are young boys and they need more experience on how to finish a game and how to score a goal. So these are some of the tactical mistakes we then get. If they then go back and come in next year, they will fix that. They will be a very good force again for reckon with. Because from our own technical view, we know their weakness. So what we
Okay.
do, we make use of their weakness, which I know will put on the media. As Cape Verde, we are taking one game at a time. And most of the time, if you see, we dey watch almost all the teams and games the way we for play. And we dey go back to we drawing board and get a tactical discussion on which system we get for play, how we get for attack, when to attack. You see, because this now one of the key thing where most of the teams lack. How to attack and when to attack.
All right. So we see Hassan gets hat-tricks and Coach Ibi, where they coach the Salone woman team, end up for score for Ona yesterday as well in first goal for Cape Verde as he switched from Sierra Leone to Cape Verde this year. It's like Ona fire in cylinder, they in a well position. So moving forward on our next match is going to be Togo and that of Nigeria. You think so? Now they go the same excitement, or we're going to change the game plan a bit?
And Magdalene, as I tell you, and we dey take each game with a different approach. And the technical team presently they view and talk on waiting for the next approach towards Nigeria. And when we don't done with Nigeria, we see what it will be with next approach towards Togo. Because and each team gets a different style of play. And Nigeria they play with a 4-2-2. And we see Togo then play with a 4-3-3. So we want to know like them 4-3-3. Is it offensive wherein the wingers and the play, or is it a compressed 4-3-3 midfield wherein you bring can the 7 and 11 into the midfield and spread them out? So we don't look at the system, and presently we are working on waiting we get for do on how for counter the midfield and then flankers there. Because we know that Nigeria, the most powerful part of them is their defense. So we are putting very good
And that
attacking
was
force in
and that
place.
was their worst position last season, because we see them lost all them games, them concede a lot of goals. But I think Coach Taga put up good lineup this year, a very good squad where they defend very well. But we hope for Schooner and one for congratulate on our 2 victory. Now to the other match when at Sierra Leone, where they lost to Ghana yesterday. It was a tense match. The two West African nation we get the rivalry back na the pitch, and Ghana began for triumph, then beat Salone 3-1. But the Sierra Leoneans they complain about bad refereeing. You watch the match, what do you think?
Magdalene, from the start of this competition, we be don't talk to the organizers that they need for step up the officiating trend. But you see, there's one thing, Magdalene, waiting we they get now, waiting we deserve. a change doesn't come so easily. It has to be a collective effort. When they call an AGM, people then for the show up. But the point is people just want to go play the game and make the change in that field. No. The change from it done before the competition starts. Early on, now we don't raise voice and they talk to the organizer that we need for improve the level of we officiate and staff them. But who else is raising up the voice? They call an AGM, who we are there. So they make the work so easy for the organizers. So at the end of the day, not on that day when incident or occur, you expect an immediate change. No way. That should have been done long ago before they start. And what this game and I see indeed the referee make some poor decisions. Because Sierra Leone should have got a penalty from the first half, which he refused them. There were other wrong calls which he make.
Yeah, the second goal was offside. The Ghanaian player was offside.
But the lines dropped down in flag. He didn't raise up in flag. He dropped down in flag. So, you know, it was a tough situation, Magdalene. It was a tough situation. But it is what it is. That when they call meetings, people are need for the show up and put some of them cases across. And
No,
I know say the technical team.
The referee get luck when I day. If na Salone parade show, over Colombia.
No, but it already stopped them, Magdalene. The technical team for Sierra Leone can file in a report to the organizers. And God so good, you get this clip where they to your page. They can go through and they review them and they can see the conduct of the referee. Then in subsequent cases, waiting they can do, they're not can request for them again for ref some of them matches them again at the tournament. So, and you not go blame the waiting they happen, Magdalene. The referees and difficult forgets, especially New South Wales referee the way they ref the Premier League level. For bringing Duncan ref then tournament, they are very difficult. So waiting can happen most of the time. Now the new recruits and the retired referees them, the coordinator which is Steve can bring him and ref for within tournaments there so. And if we take into consideration the history of the African tournament, they make most of the referees and they frown away from her. But now, but now some amount of respect.
There's all bring Africa Kaya. Anyway, we see the game ending. At one point, the Sierra Leone bench been done go so much anger and they react, and then the Ghanaians they begin for clash now the touchline, and we see lefa be take place. But going forward, what's going to be your advice to the organizers and the team them as well in terms of such situation?
It's as simple as this, Magdalene. Each team is responsible to have 4 technical staff in the technical area. The coach, assistant coach, the physio, and there's one more person that should be there. 4. All other officials should be up at the pavilion. That's the regulation. Then 2, the organizers should step up the amount of security into these games. Mr. Bernard been there on this show at the tell him, this na rivalry. Sierra Leone, Ghana, na house own names there. Whenever they meet up, it's a clash of the titan. So you not get for left the match no more saying a team managers there for control and supporters and then players there. Magdalene, we all know when this adrenaline don't pump, it's hard for control some of these players. Except when they don't calm down and can realize waiting and do, they not for don't do it. But when this adrenaline don't pump, they either then do or they overdo. So the organizers then from help them forget a peaceful match by stepping up good security measures in place and make sure that if now 4 officials for day, leave 4 officials in the rest they forgot at the pavilion.
All right. So Cape Verde, South Sudan, and few others get a good record now in the tournament. They get 100% winning record. So next match will be match day 4 for some teams, and teams like Cape Verde and Sierra Leone will be match day 2. What do you expect? Quick one before we come back to rest them.
And for we Cape Verde, it's just like a mission accomplished. We go again, as we normally say to the boys. We go again. We take each game with a different approach.
Okay.
The one where we don't play, we're done about that. We're focusing on the ones that's ahead of us.
All right. Okay, Emmanuel, or we Salone will they win next game. See, will they play South Sudan? Will they go back that in another rivalry game? The South Sudan then back the legs was more fed, but we're ready for them this trip.
No,
Will they be playing at
Magdalene,
the
quick
pitch?
one.
Yeah.
Sierra Leone not gets a bad team, technically. They remember the last time when I've been a report, when you watch the game. I tell you, waiting the need for they need a ball carrier. They need a number 8 and a number 9 and a number 10. If you watch that team when Salone produced yesterday, there was no ball carrier, there was no number 10, there was no number.
Una don't take all the ball carrier them. Una don't take them. Una try. We don't build team. We they come, yeah. This season I implement na how call them. This season I testilo. We they try chance, but next season we they come strong. Trust me. Nico say almost Salone game yesterday. Nico, you not gonna watch Ivory Coast game where you they support president for Ivory Coast. They ask almost Salone game. Una puel ou back puel, so I don't able to tell the results. If you know go beer. All right, so the Premier League now for the Umbandem. Yesterday, Sarah, we see the games that we play. Is that Sarah sleeping or yeah? All right. Like come to you, Kadiatu. We see the games that we go play today. Una they play Koya Queens. And them they play I know we actually about them, but I wanna prepare for Koya Queens. And that match they go play at mile 38.
Yes, ma'am. We well prepare actually. Well prepare.
So how una performance standard in the league now? Because una na one of the teams that way.
A good so far.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you think say una they go the fire today for ensure say una beat and ball Koya Queens and continue una good record in the league?
Yes.
All right. So yesterday we see Kallon Queens being able to beat Patricia almost 7-0. That was huge. And so Kallon Queens na Cape Verde sister Albitaya Queens been lost 1-0 to Mena Queens at home. Malema Queens also be lost to Sierra Leone Police 1-0. So today Koya Queens go host Mobwemo Queens and Vem Bok go host Correctional Service na Lunge Town, and Ramke go host FC Kallon Female na Bo Coronation Field. Well, we continue with the show, but okay, Sarah, come back because I go look for Sarah about FC Kallon the match. So Sarah, welcome back, Sarah. Welcome back.
Sorry.
Yeah. So I see FC Kallon go for play away today to Ramke as the vice captain. How una prepare for the match and which approach una they use for approach una opponents them in order for get victory or even get a point from both.
I mean, like I said before, the team is well prepared for this game, especially for this game, because Ramke is like a sister club. Technically, I know a lot of them players, them, and that's where I started my football. We call soccer queens. They play with them. I know the management and everybody. So this is like for me personally, it's like a revenge match. So I have to win this game. We have to win this game for me today, fine at the table. So we all prepare for the game, and hopefully at the end of the 90 minutes, we come on top of the game.
Why for you not a revenge match?
Because Ghana, the team was start for play with, technically. So, but we got soccer queens by then.
All right.
That's why I started my football, before FC Manu come along and I join
It's
everyone because FC Mama be dey closer to my house, while them be dey all the way eastern.
okay. Yeah, because Soccer Queens been the Eastern. Yeah, I can remember that.
Yeah.
So as FC Kallon as a team, everybody they look up to now because Una get the resources. You think so Una get what it takes for win this league? As soon as one of
Well,
the title contenders where bookmakers don't tick alongside Sierra Leone Police.
well, yes, because we get the players. If that's the case, we get the players, and we get the resources, like you said. So because now football ain't pretty football anyway. So we're not gonna just say I would not win the league or what, because everybody is here to win the league. Everybody is prepared to win the league, especially that day week in week out, everybody's prepared to get a 3 point. So I'm not gonna just say now they can win the league. We have to fight for it, because everyone is fighting, so we have to fight too, and make sure say we able for day or we able for prove people that we believe or we not believe, so we win the league and even prove to ourselves say we we are champion and we deserve it. Because sometimes some they win something within himself, say not deserve it. So if we get for win this league, we get for go all out, 100%, everybody, for me for show fans, show people and say we really, really deserve for win this league. But we're
All right.
prepared to do that.
One question there for you, Sarah. Somebody send message now with WhatsApp. The Max Trabi WhatsApp phone say, I want to know if Sarah is just here to play this league and if she is going to return to America, because my advice would be go back to the US and or China and continue your football, because Sierra Leone is not a country to trust, my dear sister. All the best in your football endeavor, and I hope you become a better sport administrator to change the face of female football in Sierra Leone. This is from Idrissa, all the way in Malama, Freetown. Sarah, that question are for you.
Well, Mr. Idrisa, because where people then say, oh, football, now one of the names that they come up when they say football and Salone. But if me, as a Sierra Leonean, not able for support the ideas or not able for support waiting with the try for do, because when they think about America, they start somewhere too. People think, oh, America they just come up. No, they start somewhere too. You go America, the league, you get a lot of people they talk bad about the league too. So I know go just say, oh, because I come over and make I just ignore waiting with the time for Bill and Salone and just go somewhere with comfortable. In anything they do, you get for meet up challenges. And I believe for Salone are one of them countries and they if you're able for, if you're able for go through these challenges now, wherever you go, you're able for make them not the war. And if I also right now I get opportunities for play this league, why not? You know, why not, be there? For me, everybody see for say, no matter what in life, there is always, a way forward or a way back for can fall into. Especially now with the league they play. Even if I get the opportunity now for go over there, which I does, but I just want for like play this first phase, or maybe for tell Sierra Leone and say, able for just give me your experience to players them out here and make them able for know what are the big thing waiting for them if they're able to put in the work, able for do what they need for do. Of
So
course,
you,
once got
you
over under a field day and of course, I can go back, but I just want to play the first phase of this league. I can go at any time, but I just want for as much as I can. Just want to be involved into this as much as I can.
all right. So the league gets plenty of professional footballer at this time, because we see foreign base player from Liberia, self the play, and one of the top professionals that we come down for play the league. You think that this now improvement for the female football in the country?
Of course, I remember having to give an interview on BBC, because at the end of the day, that's what we two doing. We the try for go out there, so we're able for invest for make other people and come into the league because the more international that we get, the more sponsorship will be open up, the more views will be open up for we, because that's what we want. We're international they come, we want all this for happen for we, and I hope say we will get a lot of international players them and able for make this league as big as any other league that the world.
All right, as you don't mention international players, looking forward, waiting una they expect in terms of the kind of national team now una the envision. Because at one time they call national team, but they're not a member now where they play abroad. The other time I interview Rashida, I be even want to talk to you at that time, but the time not being permits me forget you back at that time there. So whether be calling national team and they left on all too. So as a player, what you the envision how you want for see the next female national team look like?
Well, I remember one time too when we said we did it, I get a call from one of the coaches them in the national team where we want for make a calm down and just can play for the country. But it was like financially not they're not be able to do it because of the finance and stuff like that. But that's what we all playing for. As a footballer, that's what you play for make you come back and represent your country. Because the more caps we you get, the more opportunity they get out there. Because what would they go by and then they can't tell you say, oh, are they compare to any Salone player? That's not how it works in professional level. Where team wants you, they compare you to the best top player in the world. So if we ever forget this opportunity to come back and play for the country, and we see for say the country do very well, we'll get a lot of international Sierra Leone and the way will be out there to play international football, and that's one of the aim to be honest. So where that one person say why make go back or say comment stuff like that. If me go back, that mean for say they turn me back to the players the way me believe with the Salone. Also because I get opportunity out there, go make I just run away say wait make I can play Salone league like they never for pay me, they never for do this. We now for push the one the way one for day who side are they present, we for push them and for make them see, say, make them see the opportunity and make them able to see the light, at the end of the tunnel. So
All
that's
right.
why I'm here and I hope
I,
say big things will happen.
yeah, because we get game today, I know I hold una for long, so I go round up with
Okay,
you
okay.
now. And then we go spend time back where game now they will go discuss. But like I say, I plan now for host every week a female player. So we go begin for let we tell we own story. Make people let know say we serve there where they do sports. So Kadia too, what do you think? Your expectation for women football in the country, what do you expect and you hope for the national team. I think I have to don't balance with for slow the way to internet they whole it my 38. All right. So say as we round up, what's in your prediction for today's match and what's in gonna be message to FC Kallon fans them where go na both today for support now.
Well, we know say like you said, a lot of people are not already tick we say maybe we'll be a title contender and stuff like that. And we two first game them, was not will not do waiting the fans and everybody they expect we for do. But of course today is gonna be like it's a must win for we. If we for me for the better at the table, we have to win this game today. And at the mentality that will carry it, winning mentality. Like I said, football, you need to predict football now. After the 90 minutes, they go for no result. But with mentality say it all. So the prediction today now for win, I would encourage all FC Kallon fans, even though I know the free turn, bowl, and everywhere in the country where say you get chance for come today at the Bowl Coronation Field, just come and come witness history where will continue to happen until this first phase of the league done, and just can give you support to the team, and
All
of
right.
course expect winning.
All right. Thank you very much, Sarah. I hope for talk to you some other time.
Thank you so much, and thank you to viewers too. Thanks.
Oh, all right, Kadiatu, quick one as we round up with Tuna. Me and Emmanuel, the good day are small. Kadiatu, what's in your expectation for women football in the country? And I see actually that they call you Kazola. You know, Arsenal fan, eh? Yeah, Kadiatu, internet negi and chance. The internet they stop, but we go patient time. So Emmanuel, as we two ladies at the left wing now. Waiting you observation from waiting then say they look forward for get a standard national team, a team where go able for represent the image of female football in the country and we go give them bigger opportunity to bigger one consider they play now the Spanish league, the English league for women them and even in France, Norway, Sweden, like top class league where go improve their career as well as the economical strength.
Yeah, Magdalene, first and foremost, from waiting with sister being on the sea. and it's very challenging. Like for player like Sarah, where go America and able go into the system because remember once we were even in Australia, we got to call the youth system. And for make you make into them professional elite clubs and you have to go through the youth system because we have one thing we call the point system.
Yeah,
If you check
overall.
Sarah and point system, it's very high. So because of your own point alone, then can able use that for sign 2 or 3 players. So that's why you see most of them clubs and can frown away from them. Not that they are not good players, but it's because of their points it's very high. So they prefer for use then in 1 point and sign 3 players than let's go 3 players for signing one green. Except otherwise, if he be like Lionel Messi now, no more Cristiano Ronaldo. You see, so these are one of the things where they affect with sisters for playing that elite level.
Yeah, it's the
So
same thing happening here with our brothers. People will come out
yeah,
Salone and other partner of the world. When they come Australia, get for go to the. I like it good like Messi. They for go to the
Messi.
point system. As long as not to where you born, not to where you go school. If you not go to the point system, you not go ever play the A League. You will
Yeah,
just stuck between the Park League or the at least
for the
maybe the
MPL.
MPL one, and
Yeah,
that's very disappointing.
something.
Esther, thanks for watching. Esther, then at the comment section we get Rashida. We get lots of on our friends. Then Josephine, they're all in at the comment section. We get Lofty Baldwina, they're all there. And Kadia, to you, internet okay now? Internet not okay. So, well, thank you, Sarah. We go talk to you some other time. And um, thanks for accepting the invitation. And we continue for monitor you career. Thanks very much. So Emmanuel, now me and you to the left now. Let we go straight to what happened yesterday at the under 23. As we see, we
Yeah,
boys them begin for crash out of the qualifiers after we they're not be able for get a goal in Zambia and they begin for loss to the is it junior Chipolo Polo?
yeah.
They're not be able
Junior Chipolo Polo.
yeah, they lost 1-0. And we mean say the Chipolo Polo guys they be get for win 2-1 on aggregate and qualify to the next round. So first of all tell we because a lot of people not be got opportunity to watch the match. We usual point of watching on our Facebook, not be get link yesterday. So what did you think this mean for Sierra Leone as a nation? All we national team that will take part this year. Then winning record very poor, the statistics very poor, and it's nothing good to write home about from club football to senior national team.
Magdalene. People go on for be disappointed, but for me, I'm motivated. Taking into consideration the number of years these boys have been out of competitive football. These nations, the likes of Zambia and Magdalene, are playing competitive football. The league structure very good, Magdalene. The league they play. Before they play football, we allow politics kill with football in the country. We take football, we go to na parade. Now we young brothers and we will get fun time. Years we brothers are not able to play competitive football, Magdalene. Then how will you expect them? So waiting you study, Magdalene. If you not can exam, you dey fail. Oh. So it means that we not been doing homework very well. By the level of how we cover with syllabus, Magdalene. Now so we brothers and they showcase we out there. So it means that the FA need for can make sure say we get a sober national league. The professionals the way they come, Magdalene, if you not get a backbone of home base, trust me, your national team not the sober. National team is not much about professionals. You need the home base. Now then they reflect on the professionals. Because most of the time, the home base then cannot begin training maybe 5 days earlier. Then these professionals are just coming in maybe 3 days on a play on a match. So the structure of the team formation, mostly is being built around home-based players.
So Emmanuel, who say you think so we dey get them wrong? Some people they look at them say we coaches them
Magdalene,
need a lot more of education technically because none of them able to succeed at this point. You know, in the national
Magdalene,
team, it's
Mag-
difficult under
Magdalene,
17,
Magdalene.
under
I tell you one
20.
true. Even if you take Pep Guardiola, you bring and kind of Salone right now, it'll fail. It'll fail. The point is this. Let me tell you something. You go learn for speak English good. By where are you the practice them every day? We need the game for play. We need we football at the country for play in all levels.
All right,
Magdalene, how
talking
you
talking
expect we
about
for excel?
we football but again, looking at with foreign players who get we one what they call professionals. Looking at them standard, you know things say they reflect on national team, the leagues that they play. Somebody they I don't want for use the word say most of them are inter-area football that they play overseas. It's kind of
Uh,
correct. Yeah, because
uh,
it's low league. Some people can blame we at times where we they come with news about Salone players abroad, and even the one that were at some top clubs, you know, they get enough playing time, and that seems like they reflect back to national team. So, how you think say we as a country, football loving nation, because it's like government wasting money and other sport they're not happy. I can tell you, cricket not happy, athletics not happy, volleyball when I be one of the best sports few years back. No, they get the kind of support where they want, but every time there will be money available for sponsor a football national team when it comes to football matches, international matches. So who say you feel say we dey get am wrong, and is it the coaches, is it the foreign players them, the performance standard not dey reflect na the team? Is it we local league not good enough, or we just not good enough in football for play football?
okay, and Magdalene, you've said it wisely. Not that we're not good enough to play football, but waiting wrong is that we not get a good league. A good league per se. There's one expert in South Africa. We first and foremost he talks say South Africa no dey do outstandingly well because waiting the league not good. The league not good not mean to say that the Premier League not good, but there are structures. First and foremost, you need forget a youth league way for the play. From the under 12, under 14, under 16, under 17, under 23, then you make up to the Premier League. Magdalene, if we get a chain of league where they play up to the Premier League, you will see the reflection on the national team. But who's one of the leagues they play? Only the Premier League. We
So
don't
we
get
need.
time.
So you need you dey say we for model the standard of like example, yeah, Australia, England big, but in terms of getting if East Lions they play to the FC Kallon, the under 14 first play, under
Thank you.
12,
Thank
under
you.
under 16, under 20, and then you get the under 23, then straight off to the senior team. Then can play
Senior
their own
team.
game. But we get the
Yes.
venue. This team then get the venue for do that, then get the resources.
Magdalene, this they raise up another point again, right? That make you get a technical side, na the SLFA. I don't know, is it they call it the technical director in the SLFA. That is job, that is office. As a technical director, if we able get a focus of the entire country, the number of fields that were available, and the number of fields that will need to be created for meet up a well-structured system. So you get for able to take into consideration the number of fields and first and foremost were available. Like for example, for we now to present in Magdalene inside the Parramatta Council, we have 360 parks.
Emmanuel.
Yeah, so we were inside a football business. So you see, and then they allocate so we all the park that we get a playing field only for soccer, and the one that we get a playing field where they accommodate cricket and that of waiting
Rugby.
and soccer and rugby. You get field where they accommodate to rugby. And then they even tell you like when we get the winter season, you do use them field here for soccer. During summer, use them for cricket. They don't give you all them breakdown analysis. So we already know when we want for use this field for soccer, how we they apply for getting fields and for soccer. So it's already there. So the council they know whether now the demand of the field are not enough for soccer activities, then they try for recreate new facilities.
So here comes the councils in Sierra Leone for help as well for create facilities. Not all about the FA. Even in England, how many field stadium the FA gets? Australia, how many stadium? We only know say
Few.
mobile company then get stadium. Now you get the Optus Stadium. You get
Yes.
like
Combank.
a whole burger company. Today when then they play one of the arena, the way the basketball they play, outside Southeast Melbourne, and the one and they play them basketball game today when Hungry Jack complex. So
Complex.
what our business people do in the banks? Over here is about is bank owing like na bank then gets fill na mobile company then get fill and then they sublet the teams there and they cancel them as well. But that's a great point. Good evening, Mr. T. Mr. T the following. Oh really? Today I know Mr. T in full name Hassan. That's nice. Biga boku Hassan na this Australia or the Hassan and boku. Yeah, I feel na na tamba Tijan Kela. Bio Mr. T and Hassan back. Why meet up in a Koto Hassan and they call you Koto. All right. This okay, Rashida, thanks for your effort as well for getting me the two guests, and we'll go work on doing something for the guys them, and we'll also continue for support female football. You say thank you so much, Max Tribune Sport. It's been an honor having you in sporting activities. Thanks so much, Rashida, one of Sierra Leone professionals in the game, and it's so much get passion that you want to see the gameplay and a lot of improvement take place. Thanks so much. Let we take another message. While we comment on it, Nathaniel they say na inter area player then we get na overseas. Me baby, I don't begin believe. the fact is, the fact is, you go see, we a whole national team we dey call Sierra D, Sierra C. Yeah, they play football, but come on, go play against country the way they play, they play top league in Spain, England. We will never succeed. We'll never.
That's
We
true.
need for raise the bar. We need for improve. If we professional players and they play good football overseas, they reflect on the national team and the performance they drop.
True.
And now the coach they get it because the coach always they use the material we get.
That's true.
We not get enough. How many Salone players they play now the English League One, the Championship? You go just count one or two. And then when they play, they don't even get. Yeah, look at Bakayoko. From where the league starts, now is scoring first goal.
Good.
And then the bench at the club, they get playing time. So the coach self now what he get to the use. Who players them know they get playing time. The one the way we will say Bendy's at the top club, then they get playing time. The one that now they get playing time, now the one the way they also now they call not to me talker, so now they call entire football. It's a German League North, like you get the West, you get the North, that all inter area. So we get an if not for that for the right but Australia player that say Salone player they pack football, but that's inter area football. You can't take it as an assessment for taking national team player for can play national team. Now we look at Alpha. I say grassroots football is what is missing in Sierra Leone. The game needs to be played at all levels. Fact that's not Alpha Umar Barry. Alpha is this Alpha of Cape Verde. Also, yeah, Emmanuel, what do you think about Alpha in statement? I think grassroots football is important.
Yeah, Magdalene, that's the truth, But you just raised up the good point. Do we have the infrastructures? So that's where we need corporate bodies and for come in place. Magdalene, like if you take a look at Konneh, they still get more lands there. For get up to 2 or 3 fields and they for play football. Diamond Star. They no only need for focus for play. Na the is it the Opera complex where they get there. They need for create another facilities and the other feeling. If you go like that, get one sign a Yengema by the year field and get big sign where they can make very good football fielding. You know, even Kweduton can get more than 2 or 3 field for play.
We don't use
You
that
gonna
for
bow.
big diamond.
Yeah, you see, this is it. You go Botong. Botong able get up to 3 or 4 stadium. If you take out that Kenima Highway, there's a lot of vast land yonder. But all is these are some of the questions where we need for the acts we cancelled. What are they doing with the taxpayers' money? Yeah,
Then they keep out for empower the next campaign.
yeah, exactly, Magdalene. You know, some of these things are the infrastructures that they bring, they able to protect their revenue there. Because you put them structures in the place, if the country were user, it is sublet. The country they pay on for user.
Freetown City Council can't upgrade the Atuga Stadium and the approved school that they take care of. They can't. Those fields are just the same, even for grade them, just the same. But if you look at what East Lions they do now, I see they don't go into collaboration with Trade Center when at the GTI for collaborate and list the field where go benefit
100
both the
years.
GTI and East Lions. They say 7,000 seats or so.
Yeah.
And the league they can start. It's a good project for start with because that field they, to be honest, GTI they use them maybe once in a year for them sports. All the time now community people they use them. So if it happen other side them field then they will team then they collaborate for use. Now the community get them. But if the team they within that side, they can collaborate. It not mean say they go take the ownership, but it will be collaboration or partnership. So what do you think? Say teams like Blackpool, whether the oldest team them, then show me Blackpool and picture then days where they say they don't kickstart preseason training, and I say and they probably go be KT field. If you see where them dirty,
yeah.
You see the bagger, people then begin commenting at the page say a whole team where don't pass, if they not don't pass 100 year, but they're near 100 year now. Can't afford a better training pitch.
Maggie, you say one thing. AC Milan and Inter Milan they share one stadium for years. It's a collaboration until later that then split. The same thing with we national clubs that we get back home. We know some of these stadiums and for build them are very expensive. But when they can go into partnership, if Blackpool and East Lions can come together, put some resources together, and build one big stadium where it will take up to 15 or 20,000 people, it's a good start.
Yeah, that's going to be a good collaboration for Blackpool, Police, and Edwards. Because now then they are the same axis and then fans then common. then similar common.
Similar.
So you go see posting here they support Edwards, but you get soft spot for Blackpool because they didn't have that King Tom axis, Congo tongue, and so those three can collaborate. And when it comes to Lions, let's get everyone they will collaborate with Eastern, where they dominate like Port Authority. Lions. Whether at the Eastern axis can collaborate and get one. So where I play Sunday, you play Saturday. Exactly. If I get game Tuesday, you play Wednesday. Because for a country like Salone, they expect people for pull chest one time. But if they can collaborate, they can get lots of venue. But again, in terms of grassroots football, like what the Alpha they say, it need for go down to the big Premier League teams then. Just we get Premier League team, you get Musa Tombo, you get Prince Barry, now you get Saiduba, now you get you get all the big players them. You don't get a junior team. You don't get a junior team. Yeah, kudos to FC Kallon, they try on that side. But you get lots of the Premier League team, the big names there where they're not able to account for any under 10. Not even under 15 boys. And it's sad.
Yeah, Magdalene, I think there's a turning around lately we don't take place. Because I remember years back when we be in the back home, Magdalene, we enjoy youth football because by then
Emmanuel, wait till you don't old.
No, you know, so we don't do golf. We didn't have the retirement page now.
No, me, I'm not reaching into. Now, you know what? When I talk yesterday, you don't think Dovi say? Dovi say
No.
you for be a diplomat. Say you know what inside sports. Say you for be politician. I remember if you don't hold me starting for the old stick now.
No, wait, I mean, you know, we're not going to effectively play the game again because I remember then when we be young, we been, you know, you get the under 16 leagues the way we been they play back home in Sierra Leone. You know, FC Johansi may start with a junior team.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
then you get
those
FC
Gbonya,
Larry.
they all
Exactly. You can get FC Larry. You know, Sarah Rangers,
real friends.
Real Friends, the Palmerites. You know,
Eastern Rangers.
Eastern Rangers. You know, so these were the thing where when you were the young boys when they play that thing in Magdalene, you enjoy football, but that just died out. We lost that flavor, and everybody just focused on the national team, and in the field for realize say, beginning to just gap a waka today, it get for go through a process, and that process now we lost now we country we're not able to get a very good national team. So if we come back to the grassroots and we begin develop you catch them when they're young.
Yeah.
Now from there they begin nurture them. By the time they reach that 16, 18 years, Magdalene, then they begin play classic football.
Yeah.
Them go don't develop them confidence. And they give you a reflection. Cape Verde, we get one young player and I would use Ibrahim. We bring him into the African tournament when he was 16 years of age.
Just talk
And
and say
yesterday,
you want tell people let's say score.
get the highlights of the day. Magdalene, you self know that.
We said Kabia gets bicycle kick. He only means that the ball not go inside.
Well, we know they talk
What
about
do
waiting miss. We now would
what
have
do you
put on
want talk?
would have make the 3 points yesterday, Magdalene. You see the ball take the ball from that corner, card come inside, card defender there, score a classic goal. For me, Nana be the MVP, but it all started somewhere. If that bubble when he be young will not be focused on and they like will not for me see short potential.
All
So you
right.
catch them when they are young. If we let them
Okay.
go when they are young, we can never have a very good national team, Magdalene. Then they
So
cancel them for coming in act.
the Sierra Leone Premier League they kick off on the 19th of November. Pre-season matches they don't start yesterday. Fritonia are they still difficult because they're not being how they call them team safe. Mount Torres Sliver.
Mount Toria Sliver. Yes,
Yeah,
Sliver.
so now
Yeah.
they don't change them to Fritonians
Bretonians. Yeah.
Sliver. So this Fritonian Sliver beat Lions through
Yeah.
penalty yesterday in a friendly match. What do you make up of the
Atuka.
friendly matches them and the league? Where they see Europe as league done so. After 1 month, they announced the next league for ahead of 2 months or 3 months, but we only just 2 weeks. And we don't hear any sponsorship announcement. Are we heading for the same situation where we dey last year say money not dey na make we not do this, or referee the entire say we dey ref this week because they not pay we, or teams they say we need go play because they not give we seed money? Are we heading for the same situation with this kind of things the way they happen? Although promises are there, people they say they get big announcement them for make, but we're always secret until last minute.
Magdalene, and if you listen to waiting Sarah talk just now, all in statement was surrounding the first phase of the league. You know, like I was listening to her keenly, I was like, why is she just emphasizing on the first phase of the league? We are
Because now the
talking about
first
a
phase of the
six
league.
months. We're talking about a 6 month competition. What I mean, therefore, play all the leagues until the games until they done. Why is she just focusing on first phase of the league? It means that there are some
Because
financial challenges.
Sierra Leone fixtures for both male and female leagues, they keep pull on for first set of matches, probably for the male 17 matches, and then get a break and continue the second phase. So now that make it a measure the first phase of the league. Where in normal situation we foresee continuity. Even if the league they stop, because we can see in Europe, Italy they stop for Christmas, Spain they stop. Only England can continue. But Then they get the two-phase fixture already. You don't know, say, will they come back January, so time, and will they continue? And Champions League self can stop for some time. Then we can get quarter. I think from round of 16 can start now in February. So, but you don't know the fixtures ahead, rather than you just say first phase of the league.
Magdalene, you don't already explain that very well. Why are they raised up this point? From donkey years where we dey watch football at Salone, they always get first phase of the league, second phase of the league. And
I
wetin
think
can happen, it's always don damage the chemistry, the flavor of we league back home. Because by the sometimes when the first phase dey done, before the second phase dey done, they don tell you say money no dey. Dem begin get problem with sponsors. Teams dem begin gumbo and dem no get money for pay transport for go play at the provinces. There's a lot of walkover wey go take place. So and we dey expect the FAs and Magdalene, therefore don structure the league. If it's gonna play for 6 months, let there be a smooth fixture for 6 months.
Yeah, Emmanuel, that's a very good point. But I think there's a whole topic surrounding that with how team them for become um dependent,
Good.
because the country the whole day so one day you hear them talking at TV say Western Sydney Wanderers no go play the league because government not give them money.
Never.
Those teams source their own fund. First of all, what they do, they create their own venue. Where in that venue,
Yes.
the Africa Cup, they pay about
Yes.
$11,000 for them tournament. So that
Yeah,
money going
exactly.
to Western Sydney Kofa because they use them venue, not even the
Yes.
main venue where they play match, but just them
Match.
training, one of them
Yes.
training complex. And
Yes.
Sydney FC just opened a new stadium.
Yes.
That's now another avenue for get funding, because other people get for the user, even the national team at times might play matches in that stadium. Then they
Yes.
sell them merchandise,
Yes.
jersey,
Yeah.
beanie, everything. But waiting we they do to what every time I can feel pay with the team, then they say government not good money, the FA not good money when they play today, when they play tomorrow. How we for become dependent? We for become independent and stop this money not there, and try for build the fan club then for be the main source of the team then funding, and also get sponsorship from parastatal houses and institution them in the country.
Magdalene, first and foremost, for lay parastatals and begin put the investment in teams, they get for see a structure in place. Trust me, I no go can put me money na place where I know say at the end of the day sustainability no get for day. So if you know say you want begin first and foremost for play the Premier League, you need to get a clubhouse. But most of them with teams that when they play that Premier League, they not get a clubhouse. Sometimes they
Only
also then they
only
even
Blue
meet.
Rangers.
Yeah, also most of them teams then they meet. The manager of them team them they, of that year they host and they become the clubhouse. So how team parastatals are able to put money in short institutions is not correct. So first and foremost, that they need for teams they need for begin get a clubhouse. Shabu Rangers don't do. FC Kallon get them. After which you get a playing ground. So wetin go happen? Some of them playing grounds, if other people they want use them, Magdalene, you can rent out. And you able to generate income from them playing grounds then they. Then you talk about the match, you jersey, you kits. People then go able to buy them. Even at that, we know say no go able to substantiate the yearly cost for run your team. But that's where in now the little subsidies where they come up from on our gate takings and the FA, they go able back on for get a full season.
All right. Okay, Manuel, we left this Salone League. Now who gets us who's looking for invest tomorrow Bambai. But in the meantime, we see Mr. Apologetic don't apologize again. nigga they apologize more than 5 times in 1 month. So Musa Tomoda apologized to the FA. We don't say whether they leave the ban in Lake Interior football and all. Yeah, they beg would agree for an apology. Let no one again as street naked. When I see the video, I laugh. I say, "Oh Musa, how many times you don't apologize?" And so as we go now, we see Liverpool. They're not a worker. They say they never walk alone, but now they work alone. 2 defeats to 2 bottom side teams. Nottingham Forest first, and now Leeds yesterday. 2-1 victory against Jurgen Klopp inside. It was disaster for Liverpool. Like they get bad season at the Premier, although their record in the Champions League not too bad, but a very bad season at the Premier League so far, Emmanuel.
Yeah, Magdalene, Liverpool lately don't conceive to defeat due to some technical mistakes with the team they put up. Because even yesterday, the first goal we didn't conceive, it was like an own goal. Because Gomez tried to give a pass to the goalkeeper for clear, and he ended up not for giving him proper pass, and Rodrigo the attacker come in and finished. And we see Mo Salah get a beautiful equalizing. Then again, a sloppy defense with them put up, lead for me, then get a second goal. So I think the tactician, something then they fail them right, Sam, because the way they try for work on in defense, the system they fail them. And Liverpool we don't get the system whereby then they're attacking first Magdalene, they protect them defense. And now because of the not get like that attacking power again, you just see the more pressure on the defense.
So you think say the issue of money they affected, because a lot of people they point say now because money left make Liverpool a struggle, but it's just money going. There are other players will come in and get that where they replace where they carry it in January and now Nunes. But like Nunes not able to adapt to the league as compared to that of Alan, where already though in the mastermind the league and they fly away with the golden boot even December not carry it.
Because if you observe that self the suffer from injury below Magdal. So these were some of the players that we've been in at the team. If you observe, be able to reduce the pressure on the defense. Because they are able to commit 1 or 2 defenders, and we say you have to be able to push robots so on the number 3 for make you do some overlap. So now then they catch Liverpool's them on the break, because the flankers and the work rates don't drop. Then they expose the number 2 and 3 now too much. So the easy way now for if you observe when they beat Liverpool, then they take on the flanker because they know saying they do high press. And then throw the ball and outrun them. So most of the time they don't outrun Liverpool and 2 and 3 then. So this is the major because why? The 11 and 7, then work rates don't drop. The days when they make Sadio Mane, if you observe, they drop calm down to the defense. Take the ball, go up and lay off for Mo Salah. But now the Nunes not able to get that work rate ability. You see, so it need more time for making able to adapt to the league. And with Luis Diaz in absence one night at the team, just don't expose them the more.
All right.
But
So quick one to Chelsea. We see since the new manager take over, they fly with victory. But yesterday that be cut off by is it the team named Brighton or so? Beat them, and that's also now be the first defeat for the new Chelsea manager and the first win for the Brighton manager. So it's opposite for and against. What do you think about the performance of Brighton and the full stop way and give Chelsea yesterday? Because there's a bit done the run they go now.
and Magdalene and I think Potter they welcome her home very well yesterday. Because even the thing say when you go home, they go get a Maltina for drink. Unfortunately, they put Bang Bang under the Maltina for her. It was a brilliant game played by Brighton. Magdalena, what this Brighton team, Leeds United, these are teams, lately the way they play against Arsenal, when I watch them, you really know see good teams in the now na England. The coaching trainer England, Magdalene, you're not going to be able to predict game now. You get for wait till after the 90 minutes. Because there are a lot of tacticians now in the game in England. Brighton
Right.
put up an outstanding football. You see this guy Trossard. score a brilliant goal when he take on the defenders, and
Yeah.
you see and Chelsea do some defensive mistake from then captain, and Chidoba also gets a own goal with and score. You see, so most of these big teams then they get a floppy defense, and then they cost them.
Yeah,
And they cost them.
and we see how Leeds begets for make Van Dijk in record broke out of in 70 plus matches where they don't win at home, or where they don't play at home where Liverpool no lost yesterday begets for come to an end. But quick one to the Gunners, you think say then go fly away this week again and overcome Man City, or the full stop don't begin because we see Gunners be struggle in the last Premier League match and also in the oh my God, forgive me, forgive me.
So
I
that's
will
a
miss-
prophecy when they come to fulfillment. Magdalene, you know
Sophia
more of
Kwa
God. You know
Sophia
more of
Kwa
God. As you don't begin talking, so shall it be. We don't
Arsenal
feel
will
it.
be there.
We don't feel a Champions League
No,
to you.
if we claim top four na they go, una say go dey, but una not go dey reach una back. No, so now we be sit down for now with the season they done. We all the Bible and the Quran, we call God, let una know. So in the Europa League, una lost to
Yes,
Nestaroy in
we end over.
team PSV Eindhoven. Women say now Manchester no more don't beat una this year because the PSV link is also a Manchester link because Van Nistelrooy was once a Manchester player and once a
No,
ready
me na
service
Real
again.
Madrid I know am for. Na Real Madrid beats we.
Now now Salah it beat una say before Salah. So you think saying a tired legs or it's just a normal thing for let team lost football match, or Atata need for step up in game more for make sure they able because the gap in the league not that much long, and not that much wide for say like Arsenal will be comfortable with leading till the league end. Then get forget really pressure from Man City.
And I think Magdalene, the responsibility lies around Ateta. One key problem with surround Arsenal is the midfield. Even against the PSV Eindhoven, you see the absence of the Ghanaian
Pate.
Partey. The absence of Partey, you see lots of the weakness of Arsenal. Lukongo is a young kid that needs much more. He needs much more experience. The work rate for the midfield is too big for Lukongo. And secondly, we've been a struggle. Like if you been get like the likes of Elnani for backup with Partey in the midfield,
Hell, Nani don't go doing coaching course.
yeah. So that's go able that's for the able help Arsenal, because you see last year in performance against Manchester United, and when Partey began injury the remaining games that we play, he was extremely good.
Why
So
not
we'd expect
Manchester
that.
you call?
Well, you know, Sado can get good record.
Michael Carrick as a coach. Michael Carrick as a coach in one and only game where they win against Arsenal. Now that CV day. Now you use forgetting job now Middlesbrough.
Now
Where they're
Middlesbrough,
looking
no,
where
that's
they're looking CV say number one, I won
it beats
against Arsenal.
Arsenal. So Magdalene, at least we're not a bad team. We dey help people for betting alive. So na help Michael Carrick. But when it matters more for beat Manchester United with you, no. And Lani make a very good game against Una. When me take they like to with advocate say forget a playing time na Arsenal than Lukongo.
The man on return coach, you want to take over Atata. So straight now to my own team where they support with Manchester. We are we start very slow. But what do you think? Be honest. Not think like me because we can't to are very Manchesterized. So
Uh,
what do you think about the Manchester approach now? The ETH Eric Ten Hag style of play and how you they see the team?
Magdalene, and one big mistake wey Ten Hag been make was for bench Casemiro. I dey tell you, Magdalene, midfield need a big engine with experience. Casemiro, no matter how you look at her, he don't play top flight games and know how to adjust that midfield. He knows when to attack and when to drop back. These are the type of players from my own point of view, there's no way they put on a bench except if he's injured. Take a look at the games that we don't play for on a Magdalene in contribution in the field. You get a command with Casemiro, you make Eriksen and all they get a relaxed play. Ronaldo will get a swift run, good connections because the midfield is well compressed and settled. So for settled, every team of Manchester United, when a major problem when I began Magdalene was the number 6.
And then the man get number 6, he begin bencher until the fans Alan on social media.
So,
all right, we
that was the
go
problem
now.
with our coach.
Yeah, so now they on the line for win the Premier, but now small they go.
Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes.
So quick one, Emmanuel, inside Spain, now just rub mud. We see Xavi, the baptizer. The funniest things are all the players the way denied Manchester for Champions League, the likes of Pogba, where I said there for adding money, they're not add them a go. The likes of Frankie de Jong will be one for buy. He said they come because of Champions League football. We also get other people away fit here with Ajax coach. The third one by Anthony. He say Anthony not come Manchester because Manchester didn't play. He say Ajax didn't play Champions League, but they all don't come me too back. We welcome them. We on tournament Manchester Arsenal tournament who are booked for win. 9 people that don't come with
exactly.
But to go handle them
by God in power.
So what do you think about the Europa League now? Like they can be competitive than the Champions League stuff because we get Barca now, we get Juve, we get Ajax, they all don't can meet with.
No, me want to the just already normal for can disturb me sleeping time because the Europa they become more interesting now than we they expect. And Manchester United and Arsenal been the lookout for win this league a easy one. But now the likes of Juventus, Ajax, Barcelona all long candle. So get for be another tough run for we. And last night or say this morning, you see Barcelona then put up a very good outstanding performance against Valencia, where Lewandowski at the last minute been gets a winning goal for them. So it's a team where you're not able to roll out so easily. Who knows what might happen when they don't come down at the Europa. Something I under Xavi one try for can restore in glory we don't lost presently within the team. So let's see how it goes, and I'm sure this will be one of the most cracking and interesting Europa we will look out for.
All right, thank you, Emmanuel. It's been a long show, but I think it was interesting. Keep sharing the page, follow and like, and also help for grow because the page would only go small, but on our contribution very important. Thanks to all the people that they support we for develop we new style and contact we if you get news or you want to join the show. If you say want to be part of the show, just contact we WhatsApp number then at the page, or you contact me through the Messenger app, and we will book you up for be a guest now the show. Let we discuss. I want for begin host Premier League, La Liga fans them let themselves go they get their own say in the show. So we give more voice to people. We would like to see that banter, the argument. Not only Emmanuel no more for the talkers in Manchester. I want to see that full me and they watch Barca and Madrid fans that they argue. Chelsea they argue with Spurs they argue with Arsenal, and we they argue with Liverpool. Now they win.
No, age group.
Yeah, old ladies. Who that Man City for arguing now? Who that Man City for arguing? Let they argue Newcastle.
Now they're Newcastle.
Because PSG they not get argument. Now Messi fans they don't go. Messi fans they don't argue, but we end there. Ronaldo fans but just I be vexed, so I come home Manchester 2 weeks. Where Tenang drop me player.
Wait, drop the player.
Yeah, I come home Manchester 2 weeks until further notice, but I don't come back.
But it's all about discipline, Magdalene, and it sends a good signal for the other players. You cannot be bigger than the club.
We're not vexed for the discipline, not bigger than the club. But you should know how to treat your players, so everyone should be happy. You need to continue for bench a superstar for more than 5 games, player from the bench, give him playing time. If you're not proven now, we will talk about proven.
Magdalene, I think for me, I blame Cristiano Ronaldo because some of these
Now
big
you blame
players.
him, but you're an Arsenal fan.
No,
Now
it's
una
not
they
just
call
being an.
now una be they call Cristiano Guinea Ronaldo. So only list to
No,
yourself.
it's not about that, but like some of the contract these players are signing, something specifically states on it that I need a
For
starting
play this
time.
time. Yeah, for play
Yeah,
at least 30 minutes.
exactly. If you not give me a starting time in 5 games, I can choose for left. I remember
Yeah, but he
Ronaldo
went
be
for
one left.
left. Yeah, the
You
coach
see,
he
talk
say
to
I
him.
get a plan. Okay, that's not the point to me all. Why you tell the man say get a plan for where you know say not data? We always say yeah, Ronaldo not fit in this plan. This plan is for young boys because the
Yeah,
type
that's
of
true.
build the team. But
That's
if you
true.
don't need them, be factual. Let him. If I don't go America, even though they say yes, clubs are not been showing interest in Europe, but at least maybe if I don't go America or in the Saudi deal where for the get, that's
Yeah.
for be better for them rather than you take the money, the bench out, they show a whole goat that the bench like a shake made. But anyway, in life, you can get top tier, one to they calm down. So everybody gets in ups and down, and that's life. So we will be careful how to treat yourself.
That's true.
Whatever you be, one day you name get for come on at the scene, another person take up your role. All right, Emmanuel, I'll see you next Saturday. We'll go meet in a field where Salone go beat South Sudan. At a
And
bite.
I wish you guys all the best. I wish you guys all the best. As soon as I go do recruitment, I bring the likes of Buba, David, but even at that, Ebo.
No, yesterday that they get free kill with Gamebo. The blow against you too much. But we go try. South Sudan are the first will begin beat because Senegal now one thing will happen. South Sudan Tawa yesterday Senegal one beat there.
Yeah, but I think they end up for win 5-0.
Yes. Senegal Tawate. But South Sudan, but who go know it too good. Alva say Cape Verde CV, we go again.
We go again.
But una they score 10 goals, una brother they suffer. Alpha. Una no go learn to win some goals. Na quarter final now come out. Who's can't think this? Na me for say na me carry the bad luck that Salone team from where I join.
No, Magdalene, not to you
At group stage
not to you meet Andy.
we go committee for now.
Hey, Diana, beg with the big. Who don't beg now?
No, Cape Verde na my second team. They're the only team we able for Yabami na that field in Cape Verde. That's a pull me a Kemi go yanda. That's because I have love for the team. The Ivory Coast, they're not crazy. And Saloma and they're not crazy. Most of them men don't get that. Nico, if they watch this show today, doesn't mean I don't get that. Yusuf Samba from Valencia, thanks for watching. How is Spain? To all we viewers them across the world, thanks for watching. The only way you can support the page, offer we star because we collect stars now, small. Share the page, comment and like, and share unto your friends and make them follow as well. Emmanuel, let's say bye because me I never sleep small and wait for watch the game. I hope we win today. And I'll see you. We'll go talk during the week, and I will see you on Saturday for the matches.
Once more, thanks, Magdalene, for having me, and thanks to all the viewers here for taking your time for
Alpha, Mr. T, everyone will follow. Usman Konneh, Nathaniel, Frank Boya. Thanks, guys, and we appreciate you all for the support so far.
And a big win for Arsenal tonight.
That's not my concern. All I know is my team win. And we're climbing up today.
We're going back on top of the table.
All right, so that's ready.
All right, Magdalene.
Okay, bye-bye.